Good afternoon. You can just call me Shanta. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. What about yours?
Yes, I'm doing well as well. So,
And
how's
how
your
was the day so far?
my day has been quite busy today. I had another session in the morning and then household duties. So, it's actually been a busy day for me. How was your day?
Yeah, my day was also as usual. I am retired person, so I try to manage somewhere whatever I want, I do, and I am enjoying my retired life.
That's good to know. So, for the sake of the video, please introduce yourself.
Yeah. So I am a retired teacher. I hail from Madhya Pradesh. I have done my masters in Hindi literature and sociology, and I have been served my Vidyalaya at least 25 years. And in 2021, I took VRS because of some reason. So yeah, now I am enjoying my retired life, and I thought just engage myself in something productive. So I used to say like have session with you guys nowadays, like on YouTube. There are so many YouTubers, and yeah, first of all, like I salute your devotion towards this journey, because of you guys now we are feeling like if we connect with you we can learn so many things from you. So yeah, we feel very glad, and it's a great opportunity, Joe. So I want to extend my heartiest thanks to you for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. You made my day today, and this
What?
is my first experience.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
compliment, anyways. Yes, I enjoy doing this as well, connecting with people and sharing their experiences. So, thank you for connecting with me today. So, tell me what keeps you motivated because you told after taking VRS and your retirement, you still try to find new things to do. So, how do you do it? Because I think this generation, my generation, we get very easily demotivated. Little bit hardship,
Right.
we feel demotivated. We are not interested in doing anything. But how do you keep yourself motivated?
Yeah, I am feeling proud to share with you. I am always a self-motivated person. I never need anyone to motivate myself. I always motivated by myself only. And in my whole life, like I am a single parent, so I raise my son. I have only one son. He is working in USA. I went through so many hardships and I faced it with great courage and determination. So now I am feeling very confident and I proudly say I am a proud mother of a son who is working in USA in a topmost multinational company. So these things, when you like uh, pass through some hardships, so automatically you gain confidence, and you feel strength. Okay, now you are ready to face anything, whatever come across, you are ready to do anything. So these things.
About choices because some hardships break people also, and some people emerge stronger, but some people also break due to the hardships.
Yeah, I agree, I completely agree with you. In the beginning, when we face something unwanted incidents, we pass through, then we sometimes we feel we are exhausted, we can't do anything, we want to give up. But if we have self motivation, then nobody can make us down.
Correct.
So that self strength and willpower is within me, so I am very strong. I have a very strong willpower. Nobody can
Very nice.
depress me, and nothing. Yeah, just whatever I want, I do.
That's very inspiring. That attitude of whatever I want, I will do. I think such kind of people are self-motivated. They don't need anything from the outside world.
Oh no, I am very from my childhood. I am very diligent and devoted and sacrifice. I am always ready to sacrifice. I am always ready to serve people whenever someone need my help. So I wholeheartedly like from the person I go for that. So yeah.
Okay. So tell me, in your initial days, like maybe you observed in the teaching industry for more than 25 years, right? So what made you choose teaching as a career? Was it your interest or your family? How did you get into it?
No. It was my, you can say, it was my childhood dream. I was also always passionate about teaching. When I was a small kid, so I always used to say to my parents, I would be a teacher one day, I would be a teacher one day, like that. And yeah, I did it.
That's good. And how were your students, like maybe 2 decades ago, right? So when you started teaching, how were your students and were there any challenges that you faced?
Yeah. So if I talk about students, so students are, after all, students. Some are obedient, some are naughty, some are shy by nature. So we as a teacher, we have that type of observation power. No, we can observe and identify the students' attributes. And we handle them accordingly. And I know one thing, like, if you have the passion towards your profession, then you can handle each and everything. Nobody can stop you. So I am the person like that.
Mm. So you would like to say that you never faced any challenges in your career?
Sometimes I faced, because you got surprised. I learned alphabets in class 6th. I completed my whole education from Hindi medium in government school. So in that time there was no like ambience to learn English from KG and LKG and like that. So I started learning alphabet in class 6th. But I was very passionate about this language from my childhood, because my father was very fluent speaker. He was in like a central government job. So he always inspired me learn this language. So I always like try to figure out how can I learn this language, how can I learn this language. So yeah, from my continuous efforts and curiosity made me learn this language. But still I want to learn. I am not fluent, so that's why I thought I have to do something productive. So if I connected with some YouTubers like you, so I can learn so many things from you, because I am totally free nowadays, nothing to do. So that's why I thought I have to connect, so I can improve my communication skill.
Yes, and you can also teach us also some bits and pieces of your life. So that's a good initiative taken by you.
Yeah.
See, I have one question. See, students, there are, as you said, there are good students, there are challenging students, and sometimes I think teachers have that power to identify how children are going to be there when they grow up. Because when I was growing up, maybe in sixth or seventh, some students used to be really dull and they used to not study well, and those people are like gynecologists and they're doing really well in their lives. So, do you see it in them at that age? Or how do you think that students evolve over time?
Yeah. I experience these things, because every child is unique in this world. Some children are like, by birth they are very intelligent, and they grasp each and everything very quickly and like that. But some students in the early age, like in the primary age, they are very slow, like slow bloomer. But
Hmm.
after they grown up, and they just pick up each and everything very fast. So everybody's level is different. So we have to understand the students caliber, you know and after that we have to handle whatever actually they want and what is required for their progress. So being a teacher, we have to identify these things. And I can like observation is my forte. I can observe the students very well, very well, by their face reading, by their behavior. So yeah.
Okay. And then how did you deal with disobedient students? How did you bring them to obey you?
Yeah, so like if the student is not like obeying, so first of all I give them some responsibility, because if we handle some responsibility, they feel, oh, I am very good student, so madam is giving me some responsibility, like that. So they started feeling proud. Oh, so ma'am, what I will do. So they feel very proud ki, oh, madam is saying ki, you are very sincere, do this, manage the class, mind the class, do this and do that. So if we assign them some responsibility, so they feel very good. And if the person feel good, then we can make them do anything. Anything we can like teach them.
Oh, that is a very nice perspective. I couldn't think of
Yeah,
it that way, what you told me now.
yeah. Because I observe like during my teaching journeys, the student who is very naughty. So I observed 3 4 5 days, and after that I thought, how can I handle this? Because he disturbed the whole class whenever I teach. So he disturbed the whole class. So sometimes I slowly go to the his place and sit nearby him, and slowly I keep my hand on his back. And what happened? So he's, oh, why madam is sitting with me, all the class students, there are 40 students in the class, and madam is only sitting with me. What is happening? So he automatically doing sincerely his work, I experience this thing. So I follow this strategy with all the students in my teaching journey.
That's good to know. And how do you think the education system has changed over the years compared to when you had joined to now?
Yeah. Yeah, when I joined that time, the education system was totally different, and now it is totally different because nowadays we are living in this digital world. So nowadays, a classroom are like very equipped with modern technology like interactive board and all. There is no need to provide homework and all. We provide all the things in internet, interactive board also. But in our time, and when I joined that time, this type of facilities was not available that time. And nowadays we use teaching aids and so many advanced technology nowadays. And laptop also, every student, like smart classes. They each and every student have their own tablet. So yeah, nowadays so many changes happened in education field.
Okay, that's nice.
And to some extent it is good for students also, but sometimes like it is something bad also, because
Yeah,
everything has pros and cons, so yeah. But if we are able to manage the balance, then everything is good, nothing is bad in this world, I think so.
correct,
If
correct.
you
It's
know how the things, if we know how to balance all the things, then everything is good. But excess of everything is bad. So yeah, we should know the limits and all the things. Yeah.
I think most of the things are in the gray area, right? It's neither white nor black. It's a
Right.
matter of balancing everything.
Correct.
Okay, so see now when I have to teach English to somebody, I am honestly not interested that much in teaching. I like making videos for YouTube. So according to you,
Mhm.
what are some good qualities of a teacher? Like a teacher should have these qualities, then it is she can be or he can be called a good teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, so being a teacher, first most important quality is passion. You
Yes.
have to love your profession,
Okay.
right? Because if you love something, then definitely you go for the highest limit, you have to handle the students with love and care. We should not scold them. If we scold them, then indirectly we also hurt, because nobody wants to scold the small kids, whatever, like they are small, grown up, whatever. But when we, even in our case, suppose my son is doing some mischief and I scolded him, so I also hurt. Why I scold him? Being a mother, I feel like that. So same thing happens with teachers also. When we scold any student, beat, then we feel little bit like not feeling good, why I did so. Always like keep this point in view, like always handle with love and care. So if we handle the students with love and care, then everything is possible. And don't go for like fast, because everybody's grasping power is different. In our class, suppose 30 students sitting in the class, so 10 students are like very brilliant, 10 are like mediocre, and 10 are like below level. So we have to handle according to their level, because their family background is also different. Their parents also, like some parents are not literate, they are illiterate, so they behave like that. Because if we started beating them, if we started scolding them, then sometimes some student, मैम हम क्या करें, हमारे पापा को मम्मी को पढ़ना नहीं आता है. And these things keeps us like, oh my god, why we scolded without knowing the reason. So if we know the reason, so first we have to do like counseling the students whenever we get time, to ask students, why you not completed your homework, what is the reason behind it. So if we go through those things, then we never face any challenge. And yeah, love your passion. If you are a homemaker, then love your household chores. My strategy is like that. If you are a teacher, then love your teaching, you know.
Yeah.
So whatever professions you are owning, then you have to start loving that. Then
Oh,
see the magic. Then see the magic. You never feel nervous. You never feel like stressful. How can I handle and like that? Yeah.
okay. But I think,
Love,
see, it the
love is the only language a blind person also can understand. Has that power.
Hmm.
So always be loving to your students, to your family, to your children, to your relatives, society, always.
Just keep giving love, irrespective of you get it or no. But I think if you do
Yeah,
something out of love, you will get it back.
yeah. As a human being, we feel like that, but don't keep expectation. I believe in that. Always like give to whatever you have, like impart your knowledge. Don't expect from anyone ke if I did this, so he or she will also do the same thing with me. It is not necessary. In the Gita na, it is well said, कर्म किए जा फल की इच्छा मत कर ले इंसान, and like नेकी कर दरिया में डाल, right? So do good deeds and forget. If
Okay.
you deserve, then definitely the good will come to you. Nobody can stop. So do. Your heart is full of love, so like distribute to whomever in comes in your contact. So just give your whole 100% love to them.
Wow, that's really nice. And you know, yeah, the students, like you told, some students used to complain that my parents are not educated, and this was a major concern. Even my mom was not that educated, and we had to do our homework by ourselves with nobody to
Yeah.
help. Okay, we siblings we managed with ourselves, so that was one challenge. But nowadays, parents, like maybe 90% everybody is educated and they are able to help their children. So, what do
Right.
you think are the challenges that students of this age face?
Yeah, because nowadays the scenario is totally changed. Parents are also like educated, but the thing is, we are too much connected with digital world, and everybody is like use mobile, TV, laptop. So all these things are like major concern for their concentration. They are not able to concentrate each and everything, because you know, being a student and being a parents also, all are like parents also in a very, they want to grab each and everything in a very short span of time. They think like, oh, my child is learned this thing and that thing, so how can it is possible? First we apply for ourselves, so can we learn so many things in a short span time? Obviously no. So why we expect from students? They are so young, they are so tender, so how can we expect them they will learn very fast? Gym also, karate also, boxing, judo, so many things nowadays. Parents like in dancing and singing, so many things they want to like their child. So nothing happens overnight, everything takes time. So when the time comes, then everything will be good. So you have to just focus on their moral values, because nowadays what we are imparting so much knowledge and giving them so much digital modern technology sources will provide them, but we are not providing them moral education. We are not providing quality time. We are not spending quality time with our kids, you know. So that is the main thing, because if we spend time, so we can observe at what way they are going, and when we have to stop them. We just say go to your room and do your homework, and we don't have the time because we are also busy in scrolling the mobile whole day in kitties and parties and all, right? And we like never take any we never push ourselves to go in the children's room and see actually what he or she is doing. And they are in that age, so sometimes they indulge in some unwanted activities, right? So those things distracted their mind, and they are not able to focus on their studies. So my first important thing is we have to spend some time with them, and always try to give them some moral values. Whenever we sit with them, teach them. It's okay in their exam they are getting 80%, 90%, 70, it doesn't matter. When you grown up, nobody asks your report card how much percentage you got in your higher secondary and 12 and graduation. If you are a skillful person, then everybody will like you.
That's really true.
Yeah,
I believe that, the distractions is a major thing, social media, mobile and TVs, because we hardly had any resources or options. And TV was the only option, and that too only Sundays we would get good programs. So I really
right,
pity the students of this generation because it is very hard to control themselves from not
right.
scrolling, not touching the phone. It is indeed very challenging for them.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Because whatever like make them to do, first we have to do. Always be a role model for them. If we say don't use the mobile and we are using mobile, how can they follow? So first we have to stop. We have to set the limits. Oh, 1 hour you will also use, I will also use. After that, we both will stop and we will do some productive things. So this way you can teach, then definitely the results will come. I
Oh,
have full confidence.
okay, so just let's wish that everybody follows what you're saying because it's betterment of everyone. Okay, so tell me, how did you feel when you retired from your job?
I can say I was very emotional also, but at the same time, I was very, very satisfied also because I never waste even a single minute in my teaching life. I always tried to do whatever possible, what too much possible, like from my side I provide them. First, I learned because I learned alphabets in class 6. So I was not able to teach English. And I always requested my principal, please provide me the English to teach because I am very passionate to learn this language. So principal always tell me, okay, ma'am, if you are very curious to learn this language, so definitely. So first, I try to write how to write cursive handwriting. So first, I full like practice in 1 and 2 books cursive hand. How can we write cursive handwriting? How can we learn speak small sentences? So I follow, and after that the same thing I taught my students. So I was only the student, like if I are going in class 1, so I go to the level of the students. I am also feel like I am also the level in class 1. I never feel like I have done my masters and a B.Ed and all the thing. I feel like I am also the level according to my students, and I am also feeling like I am in class 1 and I am teaching. How can I teach so he or she will understand better, right? Because if we think, oh, I am a teacher, I know each and everything, and we just, why you are not learning, why you are not writing like that, they will not understand. Because there is a so much gap in your age and students age, right? So you have to first consider yourself, you are also a level of class 1, and teach them with patience. So definitely it will work for you.
So what did you teach in school? Like all the subjects?
Yeah, all the subject, because I was a primary teacher. So as you know, like in primary there is no specific subjects, so we have to teach all the subjects, but I prefer to teach English and maths. So that's why I know little bit English and I am sitting in front of you. Otherwise I don't have the courage to sit in front of any YouTuber because my English is not like that. But I am trying little bit, yeah, nowadays.
Oh, you use really nice words and your English is really good. So there's no second doubt, second opinion about it. So, yeah,
Okay, I'm feeling over the moon because of your words. So someone says me like that.
definitely you used words like diligent and there are a lot of words that you used which are very nice and you have really good English and communication. I think teachers have very good communication skills because they deal with the most difficult to deal with population, right?
Right, right.
Okay. So, ma'am, any questions for me? Would you like to ask anything?
Yeah. So please, like, tell me how can I improve my, like, enhance my communication skill? Because you heard me last 20 minutes. So wherever I need practice and improvement, so I could learn something more grammatically. And also I know I made so many mistakes. I know very well.
But honestly, I couldn't spot the major grammatical mistakes in whatever you spoke. Your usage of words was on point. Your English was on point. I think you just have to communicate with more people to gain
Yeah.
that confidence. That's it. It is just that you know everything. You are a very good speaker. You're very good in your communication skills, and there is nothing more that I can add to it. Only thing is that you have to be confident in yourself that you're really good, and that will
Yeah.
come the more you communicate with people or
Yeah.
YouTubers or whatever you call it, the more you speak with people, you can also share your knowledge with them, and it will be empowering to you also that you know so much, and you can
Right.
handle things very well. I wouldn't like to add anything from my end, honestly, that doing
Thank you.
this practice will enhance your skills or whatever. You are like already very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
So,
questions are over from my end.
okay.
So wonderful talking to you. Tell me, what do you do during your free time other than learning English?
Yeah, in my free time, I consume YouTube content. I watch so many conversational videos on YouTube. I listen some English podcast, and I love to listen motivational speakers. And morning, like I am very like fitness freak person, so I wake up early around 5, go for morning walk, and do some yoga, meditation. So this type of things I do. So I feel like something I am doing something productive. I am not a retired person. I am still active like that.
And it's quite difficult, I would say, for women to be working women, right? Then it becomes very
Right.
difficult to manage your home. For men, I think it is as part of their, I think, inbuilt quality within them. They're able to do it, go to job every day. But for women, this area is kind of very difficult to go to job
Yeah.
every day and then manage home, because we somehow feel that it is our responsibility. Home is our responsibility, and it will
Right.
always be on our mind. Whereas men can take it as a second priority. For us, always home
Right.
first and then our job. So how do we come out of that guilt?
Because I think we have to stop the habit of comparison. There is no need of compare to anyone, not only man, nothing. Yeah, just compare with ourselves only. What is my level, what was my level, and now at what level I am. If we have this type of mindset and spirit, then yeah, we never feel like demotivated and depressed and nothing. Just compete with yourself only. Don't compete with the society, don't compete with other person, because everybody's situations, their circumstances, their family, their ambience, everything is different. So how can we expect the same thing from other persons, right? So yeah.
Just become the best version of yourself.
Yes, exactly, true. That's what I want to say. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then it was wonderful talking to you. Thank you for sharing so much of knowledge with me. So I'm truly honored. Thank you for connecting with me today.
Much, ma'am, thank you. And whenever you feel, you like provide me the opportunity so I can enhance my communication skill. I am ready for you.
Definitely. And whenever you have session with anyone in the future, make sure to talk on different topics. So that will
Yeah,
enhance more of your speaking skills and whatever. So you can evaluate yourself
exactly.
as well.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Have a
Okay.
good day.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Take care.
You too, man.